organization to implement. And maybe we can start from Harry.
So maybe I stand up a little bit. So in my view, it's a personal view. Okay, it doesn't represent my company. The biggest challenge is talent. It's pretty hard to recruit talents. As Jinjin showed, to enable AI machine learning, you really need data science. However, this is a special work profession. It requires a person to have knowledge in algorithm development, in math, in statistics, in domain knowledge, and everything. On top of that, you need to be a business person. You need to be a spokesperson for what you do. So it's basically, it requires you to be a Da Vinci, to be a good data scientist. So in my view, that's the biggest challenge. That's my challenge as well. I don't know about other speakers. It's very, very hard to recruit talented data scientists nowadays.
Microphone doesn't work.
All right, this works. So I work in particular interface between and medical fields. A challenge for trust for AI. Introducing it's always faced with resistance. Why do I need this? How am I going to apply this in the real world? But with AI-based technology, also fighting against the inherent distrust of a technology that isn't something that you can just do with pathology. Why can't a pathologist do this? Is what we often face, and that's to explain and essentially tell the narrative, or really the truth, is that in many certain cases, these AI biomarkers are not just superior. It's also not something that a pathologist can do with the naked eye. So I think it's about education and ensuring that the clinical need is there.
Yeah, I completely agree. So this is a big challenge since I mean a lot of times when I talk to other people why they don't use AI, they say that well, I tried and it gave me a long answer or not right answers. But in my field, this is not the rationale. You stop using AI. So as the technique grows and there's new techniques like RAG and MCP, so it will give us more accurate answer tailored to your needs. So it's like just going a child. So as you pay more attention and as you educate them, it eventually will be the AI tool that you need. And in addition to that, I'm feeling that human oversight and interactions with AI is a new challenge since as AI is growing, and eventually it will be a powerful tool that may lose controls. So how we can ensure that it's ethical and how we can provide appropriate oversight as technical growth, our oversight will be also need to grow.
I think my previous panelist already mentioned to me, I think that's people. I think, both from like the talent itself, we're able to do the development itself. The second thing is also be able to analyzing the business problem at hand and also bring them on board so that to develop this together with you. I think these are both people problem from different angles, but these are the biggest challenge I think we're still facing.
Okay. First of all, thanks, Yinten, and the way to organize this fascinating sessions. Very good. And learn the digital pathology and the RWE and also clinical trials. So I have a question for Harry and Jinjin. So how can AI enhance the design of clinical trials and the patient enrollment? If possible, please illustrate more with trial success prediction and also site selection, and also patient enrollment as well. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. That's great questions. Maybe I can get started on this. But I think for the better designs, these are the things where we can do by the better literature research. So I think these are the things where the AI can actually do quite a good summarization for you. And then you're able to, embed it into the knowledge, into that itself. I think the second question about the patient enrollment, I think these are the things where they identify the right site becomes the both from the strategic feasibility and operational feasibility. So these both are the things where we do look at how we can. This may not be the pure AI problem actually. So it can be really a data problem in and of itself. So that's, I think the data is where, how can you finding the right quality data that gonna give you that site enrollment past performance compared with industry benchmark, and also the other like the other is like the quality issues, like how they are able to enroll patients within the time, and then for that all that. To me, that's actually is a data problem. So if you're able to identify the right data by combining them, then you can use whatever way of models to give you the ranking. So that to me is the easier part. But I think the data part is quite challenging.
This one worked. So just add to what Jinjin said, in my view, so the biggest thing AI could do, particularly in terms of advancing clinical development, in my view, is really enabling so-called paradigm shifts. So basically, in the old paradigm, if you go to conference presentation, anybody present clinical data will start with so-called mechanism of action, talk about the drugs, toxicity, all that stuff. So the focus was primarily on drug or drugs. But nowadays, because of the industrial revolution version 4.0, we are able to generate much more data about patients, right? Now patients speak out. They say, what about me when you are developing drugs, right? You have to reflect my view, my characteristics, my features in your drug development. So they call this a paradigm shift from so-called drug-focused paradigm to patient-focused. It makes sense because, even you take Advil or any painkiller, somebody needs more than others. That means not everybody responds to the same drug or the same dose. So you have to personalize. You have to have that level of precision in order to treat patients. So I would say, yeah, one area, it's really precision medicine through AI, big data, machine learning. You are able to do that. The other area, of course, as Ginger mentioned, operation pieces, because the enterprise we are in is extremely costly. So how to reduce the costs, how to streamline the processes to enable you to get from A to B sooner than later. So all those are winning strategies. In order to achieve that, you need AI, you need machine learning, you need big data.
Hi, I'm Yuan from Wuxi Biologics. I have a question pretty much for all the panelists. I came to the conference really glad to see all the distinguished speakers for this section. I'm very excited. But my question actually very specific. So AI's power coming from, when you have the data, you can do the modeling, do the things, and you tell you what the drug mechanism drug is. But I wonder if you can comment on before that, the data collection phase. I wonder, can AI do something in data collection phase? Specifically, I'm actually thinking about the manually entered data. Is there breakthrough or something happening in the AI field that can help with those data being collected in a way that can be automated and can be ensure the accuracy, and then you can verify it. Thank you.
Yeah, to get started. So I think to get the data, I mean, real-world data, obviously is really a good source before to help you to identify what data you need, and also the AI tools, especially as the new solutions. So AI can have better ways, such as utilize the digital tools and to like a wearable device that you can collect daily of the data. So and use AI to execute the process to more efficient, so to extract those data. So I think combining real data and AI tool could be a good solution.
Yeah, I really don't have much to add, but definitely the digital technologies allow us to automate the data collection, particularly for certain endpoints that can be measured through wireless wearables or other means. But I can imagine, just like Jinjin mentioned, in the future clinical trial, if we were able to digitize all our endpoints, as potentially we could automate the entire processes. So that's coming, in my view.
Thank you.
Very young. You.
I don't know if the history, you talk about, more available. So, in your company, which one is really start implement and generate the results? What do you think about from the practice to concept? How that makes the new impact for the drug discovery? Whatever the Beijing or AstraZeneca is a big company. So how do you guys implement?
I can. Maybe this one works. Oh, great. So this is something that, at least for AstraZeneca, is a very strong focus. The AI-based technology that I've showed today is something that actually recently went through a breakthrough status device designation with the FDA. Something we're very committed to drive and apply in future drug development. And with our pipeline drugs have this technology applied prospectively as well as retrospectively to explore. So it's something that certainly we have a strong commitment to because it's a superior technology.
To save your time or to improve your
absolutely. So we can one of the graphs that was shown in the presentation is applying AI technology to something that was routinely used, HER2 IHC testing, and you can see how this type of technology can really even improve something that is currently routinely used in practice. That said, for a technology like this, you can really see it in the marker space, improving the current practice, developing something new, and we're committed to both.
I think, from clinical development aspect, I think I can give you example that we are already implemented. Implement means repeated process that has been across the board for all of our studies. So we have rolled out our narrative writing AI tool for last year. So that has been using for about 60 plus different clinical studies across different, different stage where you need to write your narrative. So then we have measured that it actually can save 80% of time. So it used to be like either you outsource to other, vendors, or you need to internally generating that. So then when we actually measure the time save at 80% save, with about 90% above accuracy. And also as we evolving with our accuracy for the AI model itself, so the accuracy is also improve. And our adoption within the team is right now is facing our pharmacovigilance team. So 100% adoption.
So perhaps
Yeah, I think you really talked about it. It's all concentrated on the clinical trial and data treatment. How do you guys think about to use the AI for the future drug development, drug design, molecular design, and for example, the non-small cell lung cancer? How do you solve the drug resistance from the prediction viewpoint?
So maybe I could add to that. So I work at Recursion, so we take huge pride in terms of our ambition to industrialize drug R&D, particularly in the R part, research part. So top of the list is to utilize big data to predict toxicity, affinity, and all other nice qualities about an ideal drug. So yes, indeed, it is not futuristic. It actually is in making. It is happening, meaning utilizing big data, non-clinical data to predict, to identify better candidates.
Thanks to our speakers' outstanding presentation. It's truly open-minded. And introduce myself. I'm Yen from Johns Hopkins Medicine, and I'm glad to be participating in the conference here. And I have two questions for Dr. Lin and one question for Dr. Yu. So the first for Dr. Lin. In your presentation, you think it's truly important for the
Close to mic, I cannot hear.
Yeah. In your presentation, I think the open resource data is very important because it is essential. But this news about the NIH resource is going to be open to the foreign researchers anymore. So how can the researchers at China figure it out when we try to
Yes, sorry, I cannot hear you. Can you repeat the questions? Well, there's some noise in the back.
Okay. How about now? Can you hear it?
The mic is on.
Sorry.
Thank you. I mean, in your presentation, it seems very important for the open resource data because it is essential. But there's news about NIH, that resource is stated it won't open to foreigners. So I want to ask, how can the research in China can figure it out for that issue? That's my first question.
Yeah, I probably don't share on this. Data privacy is a big issue, especially in a lot of countries. It's they are not willing to share the data so unless you have developed protocols and have collaboration with them. So of course the AI it can be more powerful. It can leverage open source and read all those data. So I don't know if any other panelists have answers.
So there have been in the past decade advocacy in terms of sharing data across industry. However, data is power, data is king, data is everything. So nobody's willing to do that, right? For the common goods, indeed, some companies are doing that. And also regulations require at least to provide minimum data, such as clinicaltrial.gov, where you could extract tons of clinical data. Even though oftentimes those pieces of data are on a summary level, not the individual patient level, you could still use that piece of data to do model training. So that said, I don't know whether you're from China or from Japan, Spain, or US, you should be able to access that portal and utilize the API there to extract data for your purpose.
Thank you. The second question is, Dr. Ning, you mentioned in your presentation the electronic health health data EHR record. Yes, EHR. But actually, in my real workplace, when we use EPIC, that system, it's a system very popular for electronic health record, and actually, due to hyper policy, HIPAA, we are not allowed to open ChatGPT AI that software when we use EPIC systems. So how can you get access to patient information?
I think that depends on which data source. So a lot of company have a collaboration with healthcare providers, so we can access the data and also build into the security environment. So especially we can train our AI tool by ourselves. So data will be in a secure place. So in that sense, we can use AI tools. It's not like the AI tool that the public can access. So they have enterprise versions, and we set up a secure place to read the data. So it will not violate our privacy. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. For Dr. Ye, I have one question. So am I able to practice your pathway you mentioned in your presentation by ourselves at home? I mean, for a person, is it able for him or her to practice your pathway mentioned in your presentation by his or her own, not depend on company or organization?
So you were referring to the generating the data?
I mean, the whole pathway.
Oh, the whole pathway. I think short answer may be difficult, but I think if you have, because these are different sections, many of them are company informations, and then how we use it to be, utilizing training our own data and generating the document, things like that. I think it's not open to the public where you are able to access it. So short answer may be not easy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all for staying with this and because of time and restrictions. So to close the session before we do that and to our speakers. So thank you. Let's conclude our session. Wants to know.